Hi everybody, it's PJ, and today we're going to do love hacks. Love hacks is all about how to shorten the emotional mess time, although some of it's necessary, to make it easier for you guys to get in a relationship that is lasting, long, loving, wonderful. That's what I want for everybody, right? That's what everybody wants for everybody. But in order to do that, you might need to take a listen. So first thing, do you remember when your mom used to say to you, I don't know, back in the day, because I'm old as fuck, my mom would say to me, it's just as easy to fall in love with a rich man as it is a poor man, which I really hated, because I don't know if I ever told you this, but there's this game, I have more blush on one side. There was this game called called the dating game. It was like a board game, and you spun, and then at the end you got a number, whether it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10 being the loser, and he was in a ratty coat, and his hair was long, and he was all kind of grungy, dirty, and then the first guy was a military guy with flowers and candy, and the next guy was anyway, I used to lose on purpose because I wanted the ratty guy. Because I thought he was cute, and I thought the rest of them looked like dorks, but I learned my lesson. So here's what happens. We all want the tough guy, and nice guys sit on the side going, oh my God, she is literally not getting anything she wants, but she stays with this guy. And there's a need in women to change somebody. But if you're going into something saying, but because he has me, this will be different, you're about to lose a lot of you, okay? So when you're going to choose a man, write a list. I know, I'm going to get a bunch of shit for this. And when I say write a list, you don't have to write a list he has to be this, he has to be that. But write a list of qualities that you want, okay? And the way I would list those qualities is not okay, I want a millionaire, this and that. Look to the qualities of how you'd want your daughter raised. And I know that sounds terrible. So let's say you don't have any children, but you have an imaginary daughter. Always think of yourself as that imaginary daughter. Would you allow a man who is now dating your grown-up imaginary daughter, would you allow him to be mean or say mean things to her? Of course not. Your motherly instincts would stop it, yet you'll allow it for yourself. So I always say, well, there's a little daughter inside of you, and that's what you want to make your list on. I made a list after I was gone with my husband, who I was in love with. You got to understand, I thought I would be married forever, but it just didn't turn out that way. I said, you know what? I want different qualities. So I sat down and made a list. I want somebody kind. I want somebody who is established. That doesn't mean, oh, I want somebody wealthy and I'm such a gold digger. I knew how tough life is. And if you get somebody who is also going through a really tough time in your life, in their life, it's really hard to fix that together, and it causes so much animosity that it's just not worth it. So when I choose a man, I wanted it to be somebody I'd take my daughter and happily say, here, marry her. And that's how you want to look at it, too. Do you want to know my list? Okay, so he had to be kind and funny. I'm not really big on had to look a certain way. Some people are, but I think when you get older, because I was in my mid-30s when I started with Joe, you want somebody that you can vibe with, Jeff and I were a lot alike and a lot different, because he was the calm, quiet, kind of normal person, and I was me. So it was funny, but he loved that, so we vibed off each other really well. That's what you want that vibe. I believe this: you can live with two of three things. You can have a ton of money, you can have great sex, or you can love each other to death. So you can have two, but you can't just have one. Love isn't enough if you have no money and don't have sex. And sex isn't enough if you have no money and you don't love them. And so, but if you take two, any two, even if it's get rid of the love, and you have great sex and lots of money, you can make that work, okay? So 2 of the 3 have to be there. Personally, I didn't want to struggle anymore. I was a single mom, so I said, he has to be more established than me. He didn't have to be wealthy or perfect or any of that. He just had to be more established than me. And how did I do that? I talked to people. Like when I would go out, I would talk to guys. I mean, I dated. That's number 2. Nobody dates anymore. You hook up once and you're moving in together. Stop that. Oh my gosh. Hi, baby. Stop that. Because here's the thing. Think about who you present yourself to be at your first 5 dates with someone. It isn't real. It's not the girl that wakes up with cramps and throws her cup at somebody when when everything's too, like, you have not shown them who you are any more than he has shown you who he is, or she, vice versa. I'm going to use he, she pronouns because it gets too tiring if I have to add them all on, but you know what I mean. Your partner. So you don't know who that person is until it's your worst day. And on your worst day, and I mean your like a bad day, do they raise you up? Because a lot of times they don't. A lot of times they're bugged about it, or they're over it, and you got to take that if they can't raise you up on your worst day, that's not the person for you. That's not the person that's going to make your life better. Because I truly believe you either a help, a hurt, or get the fuck out of my way. And that is me in a coffee cup. So, So my thing is pick well, choose well, wait, be patient. If you guys love each other, you will be there for each other in another month. I'm not saying wait years, but a few months. And when you end a relationship with this person, don't run out and find the same person in a different skin. That's what I see too. A lot. Understand that you are working out issues with people all the time that are past issues. And if you can recognize that, like you working out your daddy issues or your mommy issues, no, that is not what you want. That is not how you want your life to be. They have to be a help. They have to raise you up. If they're not there to raise you up a level, and don't try to fix them. Like if you think I'm going to raise him up, you can say that, but he has to be on the same level as you at that point. You can't take somebody like down there and raise him up and think you're going. It's too much work. And also, number 3, nobody wants your mother. Nobody wants to sleep with your mother. Nobody wants to sleep with your father. Stop treating men like you are their mother. They are grown, hopefully, if you're with them. And stop treating females or your partner. Stop treating your partner like you're one of their parents. Because that's not who you are. Nobody wants to fuck their mother, or very few people want to. They're good, you know what I mean. Ugh. Anyway, don't. Like, you aren't their nursemaid. And they aren't your nursemaid. Find a way to be, it doesn't have to always be 50-50. It'll never be 50-50. Not one day of your life. It'll be 40 sometimes and 60 on the other. And then another day it's going to be 80 and 20. Like, that's the way it works. But if you aren't even on that level, if you're not even there, if you're taking care of everything, the reason why you're doing that is because you think you're unworthy otherwise, like that you have to make it all right for his life. And again, stop trying to change people. People really don't change. I mean, yes, there are some extreme circumstances, you read a certain book and it changed your mind about stuff, but their inner core values, they don't change. And you want ones not so much that they have to be the exact same as yours, but you want them to match and meld well, because otherwise you will just be in this constant argument. 4, don't fuck them on the first date. And I know I say that, and guys, don't fuck her on the first date. you need to find out who you're dealing with, because that ends up like this swipe left, swipe right shit. Like, the problem with that is it's fine for what it is. If you just want to fuck somebody, that's awesome. Go fuck somebody. You know what I mean? Like, that's, to me, it's like sex is internal aerobics, and I think we should do that as often as possible. But what I don't think is that you should put your hopes into that person. It's very rare that that person's going to turn out to be. Now, it happens sometimes, like shit gets away from you. I know what that's like. I'm not above it. But the other side to that, and that was a long time ago, guys. But anyway, the other side to that is that you're already jumping, you're jumping the broom like you need. I know this sounds old-fashioned, but just give it a couple dates. It doesn't have to be a ton, but enough for them to know that you value yourself. See, that's the deal. Like, this is your body, male or female, your body is a valuable thing. It shouldn't be given away easily or freely. It should be something that's given. It doesn't have to be in a moment of love. It can be in a moment of passion, but it should be like a gift, and theirs should be like a gift to you, and therefore you treat it respectfully and well. Okay, and you don't get that if you're drunk in the back seat of a car. It just doesn't happen. Either one of you. And that already kind of taints what could be a love. Because we're talking about love hacks here. We're not talking about sex hacks here. We're talking about love. If you want that love, that spark, and you know what? A lot of times, here's another thing. You know it. You know exactly who they are. You know that you want them. You know that they're going to be in your life. There's like some inner registry that tells you that this is me. This is where I'm going to be. I swear there is. And I know they call it love at first sight and all that. I had it with both Wolf, my husband, and I had it with Jeff, where I knew. And you're going to have that too, but you still have to walk softly. I did not sleep with either one of them the first day. Just didn't. It wasn't long. But, and I'm not saying that I did it all right. Like, I did a lot of things wrong, like a lot of what I'm telling you comes from doing stuff wrong. But I'm telling you, if you follow these simple stuff, make a list. What do you want out of a partner? Do you want to travel? Make sure the person wants to travel. Like, look at your life as something that you're planning. Don't just harem, scare them, do it. And think about the things I'm telling you. Date. A few dates. I know it's hard. I get it. And don't move in 5 minutes. Like, it's ridiculous. And guys, never take care of a woman who wants to sit on a couch all day. And girls never take care of a man that wants to sit on the couch all day. And guys and partners. People never take care of a partner who wants to sit on the couch all day. I don't give a fuck how great they are doing this, that, whatever. The bottom line is you'll resent them. That's what happens when we nursemaid people. We end up resenting them for what we did. We created that. You didn't have to. And it's so easy to get out of being a nursemaid. All you got to do is say, come help me. Come on, come help me. If you're doing it now, that doesn't mean your relationship's done. Just say, come on, come help me. Now let's talk about Valentine's Day. Guys, in a man-woman heterosexual relationship, they are not as interested in things like Valentine's Day, birthday. I'm not saying all. There are exceptions. Okay, but women are. So guys, take a lesson. Best thing you could ever do for your girl on Valentine's Day, send flowers to her work. They like nothing more than all the other girls to be like, oh, he's so wonderful. Oh my gosh, that's so nice for you. They love that. Okay, then your girl will think you a hero just because she looked great in front of everybody at the office. And two, it's really a nice gesture. I love flowers. Also, go out to dinner. Take some time. What Valentine's Day isn't so much, they make it so much of the Hallmark kind of greeting card thing. Really what it is just a time where you look at your other person and say, oh my gosh, I really love you. Like, I'm so glad you're in my life. It's a grateful time. If the gift isn't perfect, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. It's the fact that there was a gift, the fact that you're together. And if there's no money for a gift, don't worry about that either. Just appreciate who you're with. Because sometimes, like me, you can't be with that person, or at least not in this realm. So at that point, you know, you kind of feel it. You feel the difference. Valentine's Day is to have a good time with your other person. If you're going away this weekend or whatever, show them you love them. If you don't have any money, give them a back massage. People love that. Give them a massage, make a card out of paper. Nobody cares about like that part. Just show them you love them. Show them you appreciate them. And anyway, I hope some of these love hacks helped you go find the right person, or stop mothering or fathering that person and get back to what you're supposed to be doing, which is enjoying each other and building each other up. That's what you want. They gotta raise you up. Every time you raise them up, they raise you up. Look how high you can be. No, I didn't mean that. I love you guys. If you'd like to follow me down the rabbit hole that is my life, hit the button down below and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you like these kind of videos, a thumbs down if you don't. Either way, got you watching me manifest something lovely in your life. If you know it, think, believe it, you can have it too, like a really good relationship. Get that foundation there. If it's not there, start building it now. Love the one you're with. Appreciate who they are. Don't try to change them. And have fun. I love you guys.